Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm WolfStalker25 and today I got a brand new action figure review for you guys. This is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Target exclusive Black Widow, part of the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Wave thing that they're doing for this year, whatever their little like series theme that they've got going on. This figure is $27.99. You can find her at Target. I found her in stores. I actually found like two there. Almost bought the two, but $27.99, and this is probably one of the first figures where $27.99 is like actually worth it. I think $27.99 for this figure is perfectly fine, perfectly just. This is a brand new body mold on a new pinless female body mold with super articulation, hyper articulation in the Marvel Legends sense. You get a plethora of accessories here. You get 3 head sculpts. You get 3 full sets of hands. You get several different versions of her Widow Stingers or whatever. You get 3 technically full versions. You get 2 different pistols. You get 2 blast effects, 2 smoke effects. A lot of stuff. A lot of accessories here. You actually get, let's see, a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 technically separate accessories, not counting the stuff on the figure itself. Pretty great for that price point. So in the sense of accessories, this Black Widow is 100% worth it. Worth the money of the $27.99. If there was one figure that you're gonna spend the $27 on, it's this one. This one's worth it, especially if you don't have a Black Widow in the collection, or even if you do have a Black Widow in the collection. This one is basically, in my opinion, the ultimate Black Widow. And on top of that, because of the extra head sculpts, you could even spruce up your older, far inferior Black Widows with some new head sculpts here, or even take some old head sculpts and put them on this body and get a newer, different Black Widow that this one didn't give you. So, alright, accessory-wise, what all do you get? Well, we already talked about it, but I'll show you guys. You get these 2 new nice little stingers here. Let me get that to focus. Come on, camera. There we go. So you get the nice 2 stingers with the blast effects. She's got the stingers on her. I think they're the Widow stingers. So you get the 2 on her that have no like anything coming off of them. Then you get these 2 nice ones as well with the smoke effect, so that's pretty good. You know, you could always mix and match these, like I said, with previous Black Widows like in the background. So you could have the smoke effects on one, or maybe the blast effect on one. You get the extra sets of hands, so you do get a set of fists, which are very nice, just small little female hands and all black. So and then you get the open hand, which we've seen before with different females. Different female figures have had it. And then a actual trigger finger hand. So very nice that she's got 2 of each for each of the hands. You do get these nice as always. We've got these previously in the past with different figures, but you do get the little like smoking gun effects, which are nice. She's got 2 pistols. This is the smaller little like weird one here. I don't really know. I don't really like this one as much as the other one. Would have liked to have 2 of each, or 2 of the same pistol, but oh well. You do get the like hollowed out barrel, so you can put the effects in there. And then you get 2 of these blast effects. I think they're the same. And then here's the other pistol right here with the blast effect in it. It's a longer silenced version of the previous pistol with the blast effect, and I think, are they the same? No, they're different. So one's longer than the other. So 2 different blast effects as well. And then for the alternate heads, you do get this one here with a more of like, she's got the more puffier like wild bangs and everything like that. The printing on all these is fantastic. I haven't noticed an issue with any of mine. And then you get this one right here with the more of a short haircut that she's got going on in this one. Again, the printing on the face is pretty great. She's got like a makeup shading and everything. And then you do have this Black Widow head right here, which this is my favorite of the 3. The more serious, classic looking, I don't know if it's classic, but I prefer Black Widow with longer hair. So it's the nice longer flowing hair that she's got going on here. Very nice. So very serious look on the face. Very like kind of almost lifeless looking in a way. Like this one Like, just because maybe it's a smile and everything, like this one looks almost like there's a little bit more life in this face. This one's very serious, very angry. I feel like she's almost just blank staring a little bit. And then, like I said, again, you do get the stingers here that are on, like the wrist gauntlets that are on here, the extra trigger finger hand here, and then the extra open hand here as well. So very nice. Do really like this Black Widow. Like, with just the accessories alone, it's insane. It's great. So articulation wise, how does she do? Well, she could look down that far. Let's get this zoomed out a little bit. So she could look down that far. A little bit silly because the hair and everything. Depending on the different head sculpts, she could probably look back further. Like with this one without any of the hair in the back, she could probably look up a lot more. But this one really can't look up all too much because of the hair. So that's really as far as she's going to get with a little of assistance from the diaphragm. Side to side, a little bit of tilt, not much. You do get a butterfly joint, which is phenomenal. Awesome to see on a female body, like a female body mold, female sculpt for the Marvel Legends. It could go back pretty far, which is nice. Forward a little bit. Arms could come up that far, which is great. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. Yes, please. Thank you. That's awesome. All the wrists do swivel and hinge. I want to say the trigger finger hands are horizontal or verticals. Everything else is horizontals. You do have a little bit of a movement there with the gauntlet. It could kind of spin around a little bit. The diaphragm joint as well, a little bit side to side, forward and back. Let's see how far it could go back. So back pretty good. And then forward, really not so much, unfortunately. She does have the added ab crunch as well. A little bit of a bummer that we don't get the waist cut, because, you know, you can't get a lot of poses without that waist cut. So you could do a little bit of a turn with the diaphragm, actually decent amount of turn there, so that's nice. And then the legs go forward that much, back a little bit. Black Widow on the splits actually could be a lot better. Personally, that's not horrible, but it could be better. And you can't even get like the other splits, like the one leg forward, one leg back. Can't even do that, unfortunately. Upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless legs as well, or knees as well. Very nice. Kick her own butt too. So you could do that. Ankles go back that far, forward that much, and wonderful ankle pivot. So a little bit loose on the thigh cut and everything like that. So I'm wondering if there's any like reuse here, or if everything is 100% new. Like, have we seen any of this? Like, is this previously some of like Shriek, for example, but just now pinless? If Shriek wasn't, I can't remember if Shriek was pinless or not. But yeah, so I mean, sculpt work, like I said, sculpt work is very nice. So very good. It's like they took the style of the Black Widow with the motorcycle, with how they have her like her here, but they've just made a lot of new stuff here. So very nice. We'll take a look at some size comparisons really quick. Then we'll do I'll do the head swaps at some point with her. So some size comparisons really fast. Star Wars. Hasbro Star Wars Black Series, Captain Rex. The Foundation from the Fortnite Victory Royale line. Snake Eyes for G.I. Joe. So she scales well with G.I. Joe. I feel like Black Widow would be a good mix in there. You could use some of these heads, or maybe some G.I. Joe heads on this body, for some different widows, maybe, if you wanted to use the same body but have different widows, since obviously we've seen in the Black Widow movie there are tons of them. They're not just Natasha, but this one's Natasha. So very good. Then we got the Figma Samus, which is shorter than this Marvel Legend, which is always a shame. Mezco, Stealth Iron Man. SH Figuarts, Goku. And then we'll do the 1000 Toys Halo Master Chief. So there you go. There's a look at all those guys. Then we got the Mafex Nightwing. Let's get these guys out of here. Get Nightwing and Chief out. We got the Jazzware Halo Master Chief. The Mythic Legion Black Knight, a McFarlane Space Marine. Got a little avalanche over here to the side. Everybody's kind of collapsing next to me. The Fortnite Visitor from the Jazzware line previously. Gotta get everything lined back up. And I think that's actually it for all of our non-Marvel Legend size comparisons that we have here. So for some Marvel Legend ones, if you do want to see her next to a female teenage body mold, there we have the America Chavez. And for our male body mold for the generic Marvel Legends, we have our symbiote black suit Spider-Man. We'll take a look at her next to some other Avengers really quick. So we got Scott Lang Ant-Man, who's on the desk still, for the upcoming or previously reviewed Ant-Man. We have the Hank Pym Ant-Man, which is our other Target exclusive. If you want to look at some Beyond Earth's Mightiest, we have another one here. We have the Iron Man. I don't have Thor here, but Black Widow you can see in the Thor and Destroyer review if you are curious. If you do want to see her next to a Thor, though, here we have Ragnarok. And then we move Ant-Man over, Iron Man over. And then if you want to see her next to her friend, we do have Captain America Steve Rogers from the 20th anniversary. So, very good. Looks great with all these other characters. I don't want Thor to fall, so I'm trying not to, Ragnarok to fall, so I'm trying not to cause an avalanche here. Really quick, a few more. Like we already seen her with the black suit Spider-Man, but here she is next to the Walmart cel-shaded Spider-Man the Animated Series Spider-Man, in case you want to see those two together. And in case you want to see her next to an Ultron, here's an Ultron. Actually, you know what? Here's two Ultrons. Depending on what order these reviews come out, you'll see most of these characters in each other's reviews because I've got a lot of other people here. And then just in case, Retro Loki. So those are your size comparisons. So a lot of different body molds, everything like that. Let's take a look next to her with some of her other counterparts. So we've got the previous, was this Walmart? This is the Jetpack one. So you could always take this Shield jetpack from the gray one with the shorter hair and probably put it on this Black Widow, I'm assuming. And then this is the retro Black Widow with the head from the motorcycle one. And then this one is the previous motorcycle Black Widow with the retro's head, because I just prefer this body with that head. So this is my Black Widow in the collection at the moment. But obviously this one looks better than all of them. She almost looks a tiny bit shorter than some of them here. So obviously this female body mold is a little bit shorter than what these previously were. The legs definitely look longer and they're more bowed and stuff like that. Because the gummy legs, as you can see, that one's turning that way. This one's kind of bowing out. So yeah, we'll take a look at some head swaps really quick. So if you are curious what any of these older heads look like, I don't think the skin tones are going to match fully. Like this one looks a little bit too white pale personally for this the bike one, if I could get the head off. So if you did want to see, you know, this previous body, the retro one with this head, there you go, looks good, obviously fits very well. And then if you're curious with this head on this body, let's see. Yeah, looks a little too pale. Obviously the light's not really helping, but in person, the head does not match the neck very well for the skin tones. Let me see if maybe I turn this light away. yeah, it doesn't really help that much. All right, another head swap really quick. This head does not want to come off. There we go. Let's see what this one looks like, the shorter hair one, personally. So she's a little bit bobbleheady, unfortunately. And then lastly, the retro head. Again, the skin tone doesn't match, but that doesn't look that bad. So if you did ever want to use one of your previous Black Widow heads, all of them really work except for kind of this one. This one doesn't really work too well on this body. But can you put some of these old ones? Nah, that doesn't really work on there, unfortunately. The collar and everything, the head sculpt just doesn't fit that body very well. But so unfortunately this gray one doesn't head swap very well, unfortunately. So this look I think is very unique in the comics anyways, so you're kind of going to be stuck with this look here anyways. But this other shorter head sculpt works very well on this rider body, as well as, let's take a look here, this one works too. So if you did want to use any of these better head sculpts on the previous like Black Widow with motorcycle body mold, which isn't horrible, it's, you know, slightly better than the retro one because she's got different legs, I believe. But yeah, not bad. So if you want to use any of these old head sculpts, any of these new alternate head sculpts on this body, you've got some options. All right, so that's going to do it with Black Widow, for example, or for right now, for all our head sculpts. But we do have one more figure that I am curious of how she will look here next to this Black Widow. So this is Yelena. So we'll move these widows out of here. So if you do have the, I think it was the Puff Adder Wave Yelena, this is what she looks like next to Natasha. So these two scale up great, look good next to each other, everything like that. Unfortunately, the skin tones don't really match very well. I am curious though, if you were to, obviously just put the head back on it, but if you did want to do a head swap, would it work? Not really. I think it's the hair. The hair just doesn't work well with this. So yeah, no, unfortunately I wanted to get an extra Widow, thinking I could swap it with Yelena, maybe give her a newer, better body, but unfortunately not. I wish they would have waited for this Yelena personally, so we could have got her with the newer body mold here. Maybe if you like bend the hair or heat it up or warp it a little bit, it might work better. But as a pair here between the two, Yelena and Natasha do look both pretty good. So yeah, that's a look at Natasha. That's a look at all her accessories. Walmart or Target exclusive for the price point of $27.99. I think she is worth it. This figure is awesome. She could get into pretty great poses because of the double joints and the butterflies and everything like that. All pinless, some new. Don't know if there's any reuse in here. Hopefully, I think they did confirm that they have, I think they said this at SDCC. They did confirm that they have this body mold essentially, but with a different, I think non-collared but closed like neck here, so it's not the open exposed like skin tone or whatever. So hopefully we see it with some other figures. They got a lot of old females that they could reuse for this. I'd love to see Black Cat on this style of body mold. Jean Grey, maybe. Some other people. I'm sure they have like several other female characters that could greatly benefit from butterflies and double jointed elbows and knees and everything like that. So yeah, great sculpt, great looking figure. Unfortunately, my lights are just a little too bright and don't do this justice. Let me see if I shut this one off. And then I shut this one off. So that's what's just the natural room light. As you can see, she looks great. Great looking figure. Very happy to have her in the collection. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you found this review helpful. If you haven't done so already, as always, would appreciate a like and subscribe on the channel. Does help me out a lot. Do greatly appreciate it. At the time of recording this, it's like August 1st, so I'm going to, I think I'm like very close. We're really close to that 500 subscriber mark. So if we've hit it out already, thank you guys very much. I greatly appreciate it. Even if we're close, again, thank you all so much for all the support and everything like that. Let me know in the comments below, did you pick up this figure? Did you pick up 2 of this figure? Are you going to wait for a sale? You playing clearance chicken with her? Let me know all that in the comments. Let me know what other reviews you guys would like from me. I have plenty of Marvel Legends I still gotta do. Are you interested in the Chad wave? Are you interested in some of the other ones? Let me know all that. And I got some Black Series stuff and some other things that I gotta do. So that's gonna do it today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.